Hi, um, I'm in a little bit of a shambles because it's almost 9 o'clock at night and I'm making tomato soup because I don't want to do it tomorrow. It's a busy day. So I'm in my pajamas, a little bit of a mess, but sometimes that's how life goes. So I'm going to turn the camera downwards so you can see what I'm doing. I kind of had a tray of tomatoes already pre-cut. I'm gonna make some tomato soup, like I said. All the tomatoes are from my garden, and everything else is not, because I don't have any onions left, and I got no carrots, I didn't plant celery, and I didn't get any peppers, or like bell peppers. I grew plants, but nothing came up. So, yeah, the tomatoes are at least from the garden. Excuse me. So, I just want to show you this recipe because I've made it quite a few times and it's just amazing. I love it. So I'm gonna make some and like cool overnight and then freeze it tomorrow into flat bags. And yeah, because I just have a lot of tomatoes to process and I have a bunch of tomatoes that are ready to harvest hopefully by next week for salsa. So I just want to get these kind of going and out of the way, and some have been in the fridge for a while, so they just need to get used up. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm just cutting them in quarters. It's a mix of tomatoes. I grew Roma and then I grew something called Celebrity Kick. Almost like a big tomato. So I'm just gonna fill up my tray as best as I can. I usually do 2 trays when I make my tomato soup. And usually they're both around this size. My other one is just dirty from supper. It's here. It's really fast and easy to make, so that's kind of why I'm doing it right now. Okay, so I have my trays of tomatoes. I'm just gonna take a pepper. This on here. Okay. This is something I bought for my husband. You've seen my previous video. I love it. It's olive oil in here, and you spray it. Instead of drizzling, I'm just gonna spray some oil on everything. Sorry, I realize I'm talking as I'm spraying. I'm just gonna spray some oil, olive oil, on my tomatoes instead of drizzling. Really love this thing. You just pump it, and it's just olive oil in here. Like, this almost makes its own, I don't know, pressurizes it so you can spray it, which is awesome. I'm going to put my trays in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna let those go for 20 minutes and then rotate them. In the meantime, I am going to prepare my stock. Okay, so in my cooking pot, I put some oil, and I'm gonna put some garlic and some, what was it again? Basil. I think that's all I put in it. And then I'm gonna cut up half an onion, some carrots and celery. I'm gonna saute that till it gets soft, and then I'm gonna add my chicken stock. You can use vegetable stock if you want it to be vegetarian, but to be honest, I've never tried it with vegetable stock. I've always just used chicken stock, which is kind of odd, but that's just always what I've done. So I'm going to do that. If I had fresh basil, I'd definitely put that in, but I don't. And just like everything in life, last minute things. I also don't measure with heart. I'll show you the pot after. I think that's one thing that bothers my husband, because I often will cook something. Made chili once and he's like, this is the best chili ever. And I didn't write the recipe down. I can't remember what I did. This will all get blended, so it's totally okay if it's not perfect. I'm just cutting it so it can cook faster. But that's what it looks like. I probably, I don't know, 5 tablespoons of basil, quite a lot. There was a lot that was in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of chicken stock to that. Just enough to coat the bottom so the spices don't burn. And I'm just gonna let that go for a bit. And once everything looks like it's starting to get soft, I'm gonna add the rest and let that come to a boil. And then, well, I'll probably let it like simmer for a bit because these still have quite a bit of time. But once the tomatoes are done, I will flick it back in here, and then I'll probably just use my immersion blender because I don't want to be too loud for Johnny. But I will add this whole carton of chicken stock, and I also add a little bit of cream, which I don't have, so I'm just gonna use some of John's 3% milk. So yeah, I'll let this go for a while, probably 10 minutes. I'll come back and look at it and see what it looks like. Add the rest of my chicken stock, check on the tomatoes, flip them, let them go for another 20 minutes, and then add everything together. Let that sit together for 5 minutes or so and start blending it. And it's easy as peasy as that. So I finished making it. I didn't film anything else because I was FaceTiming my husband, Tim. So, oh, see, I missed a spot there. Where did it go? Yeah, it's a big tomato there. I just used my immersion blender. Not that long, just a little bit. I was on the phone with him, but I made a mistake. I forgot to take out all the seeds and stuff from my tomatoes. So it's definitely a little bit more thick, and obviously you can see the seeds in there. It still tastes as good, it's just more thick. But yeah, so tomorrow I might try strain it just to get the rest of it out. But it made quite a lot. I would say it's about here on this pot, which is a lot. Like I'll probably get 3 or 4 Ziploc bags. Sorry, I think I should turn the phone around. So yeah, that was the only mistake. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Just wasn't thinking. So make sure when you make them, take the seeds and stuff out of your tomatoes. It definitely still tastes fine, but you crunch on the seeds and stuff and they can get stuck in your teeth. So I would suggest taking those out. But yeah, I'm just gonna let that cool overnight. And then I will bag it up tomorrow. I felt bad. I had a little mug of it. I was on the phone with him. I'm like, I feel bad. I'm having some and you're not here. But I'll save the rest. I just wanted to try and see how it tasted. So there's that. And then I have this big zucchini in front of me. I have half a big one in the fridge and 2 little ones. So maybe I'll make a zucchini soup. I'm not sure if I'll do it tomorrow. Busy day. Maybe Sunday I'll try to do it. And basically all I do with that one as I dice it, oops, excuse me, and I'll probably take the seeds out of the big ones and I'll roast them, and I will probably do the same type of basic, I forget what the name of that when you add the celery, onion, and carrots to your pot. I'll probably do the same thing. I'll add garlic, and for seasoning, I'm not sure. So obviously salt and pepper. Not sure what else I'll add to it. I'll look at some recipes and kind of get some ideas going. But yeah, basically do it the same way. I like to roast my vegetables. Like the base of what the soup is, if it's tomato or like I said zucchini, I like to roast them with oil and salt and pepper. And then put it into my stock with all my other veggies and spices, and then I just blend it up. And I made some zucchini soup last year, and I wonder if I wrote the recipe down for that. I should have looked for it, but yeah, so that's a little snippet. Turned out good. Freeze them up tomorrow, like I said, and I will probably get 3 or 4 good sizes of blocks out of it, which should be good portions for the 3 of us and Mom, if she wants to have some as well. And yeah, so it's 10 o'clock. It took me about an hour to make, but it's really not labor intensive. The most labor intensive part is dicing up tomatoes and taking the seeds out, if you remember to do that, and just blending it. When it's done, everything else is, you gotta wait for it to cook. So overall it wasn't really hard to make. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Everyone have a good night. I'm just gonna wait for Timmy to call me back so we can say goodnight and call it a day.